every author wants to get on a bestseller list, but it's very difficult to actually hit those numbers. And there's two types of bestseller lists. There is the more traditional ones where you have the New York Times bestseller, the USA Today bestsellers, and then you have Amazon. And both can be useful. They both can be used for your marketing efforts. So I'm going to start with the traditional bestseller lists. They are very difficult to get on, first off. You have to meet certain stipulations that only they really know what they are. Usually they are a combination of certain factors, including that you have to have a certain number of pre-orders. And these pre-orders can only come from certain channels. So let's take the New York Times bestseller list. The pre-orders and the sales only come within the area of New York City. So very specific channels that you need to push through. This is obviously very difficult for a lot of authors because they are not privy to that information. They haven't formed the relationships with those sellers. So that's why it's really hard to get on those bigger bestseller lists. The second list is Amazon. So becoming an Amazon bestseller is obviously also really important. It is easier to do than the more traditional bestseller list. And the way you get on those is purely through an algorithm. So Amazon uses an algorithm to create their bestseller list. And the way you can do that is, again, you have to sell a certain amount of copies. And again, no one really knows how many copies you need to sell, because Amazon keeps it a secret, just like the New York Times keeps their best-selling secrets as well. So you have to kind of figure out what these secret sauces are and try and play by their rules. So one really important thing is with Amazon is pre-sales. So the more pre-sales you can get before you actually launch your book, the more likely you're going to get onto that best-selling list. And obviously the way you do that is through garnishing a lot of attention beforehand. So creating street teams, creating a lot of buzz, a lot of advertising. If you can put some advertising dollars towards your book before it's actually launched, get people to pre-order, pre-buy, then you are off to the races. Second thing is Google reviews, or Amazon reviews rather. And Amazon reviews, just like Google reviews, are super important. The more reviews you have from real readers, authenticated readers, as they call them, so people who actually buy your book, the better. Amazon is really stringent about who they allow to review your book. If they think it's a fake review, they're going to remove it. So is it really worth it to get on these best-selling lists, and do they actually help your book make money? Because I mean, ultimately that's what it's about. It's about establishing your credibility as an author and making money. And the answer is yes. They definitely help with your career, because you can leverage that information into your marketing materials. Becoming a New York Times best-selling author obviously has a huge authority to it. You can use that information to promote yourself through other channels. You can become a speaker if you're a New York Times bestseller. And the same goes if you're Amazon bestseller. So it's super helpful. Hopefully this short video helped you out. If you have more questions, you can check out my blog post. Thanks very much.